Good evening, mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, GD. Today, we're on Gleba because I need to do something about Gleba science. I've been putting it off for as long as possible because there's been other jobs that I could do rather than come to Gleba. So I've been doing those other jobs. But today, according to our little science graph, we need to do something about Gleba. In saying that, purple science is not doing... No, we need to do something about Gleba. So today, I'm standing on Gleba because I need to do something about Gleba. First off, I'm going to need a couple of friends. I took last episode to load a couple of friends onto our little ship, and well, they're waiting in orbit. So we need to grab our little limo and throw our little friends overboard, so I can have some help here on Gleba. But yes, today we're going to work on Gleba. We're going to be trying to get Gleba up to scratch because, well, it sort of sucks. It's holding back all the science for the moment. So what I need to do before we get too sidetracked is I need to ask you that very important question. Of course, the very important question being, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video, you didn't enjoy Gleba, then you probably can't have your like back because it's probably already turned into mold. Now, first off, I need to talk about, science. Science, we're about to finish scrap recycling productivity number 29. And one of the things holding back our scrap recycling is actually purple. Purple's not doing so good because if we head back to Narvis, belts. There we go. Purple science sort of sucks. This is why we went built this science build on Gleba, because, well, it needed a little bit of help, just a tiny bit of help, and we went and built, well, all the sciences. All the sciences are on Vulcanus. Definitely built it on Vulcanus. Didn't build it on Gleba. Built all the sciences on Vulcanus at 360 per second, and that was more than enough to keep Narvis happy, but over time, we've been making biolabs, a lot of biolabs, and actually all the biolabs have been upgraded to legendary. It's only the bottom row here that is 19 biolabs short. Yeah, out of the 32, I think it is. 34 per double row. 19 of them are not legendary. Hence, purple science is not keeping up anymore. In fact, a couple of the sciences are not keeping up anymore, so we need to look at a couple of the sciences. Nope, they are legendary stack inserters. They should keep up perfectly fine, providing the bots are delivering stuff fast enough, which they're not. Cool. We need more bot travel speed, it looks like. Yeah. Green. We're requesting 1,000. There's more than 1,000 network, yet we need either more bots or faster bots. Probably a bit of both. All right, so first thing I need to talk about is, yes, that has been happening. Also, I should mention that I've put down another 20 biters. It's 20 biters per bunch of silos, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, another 100 more biter nests because well, I ran out of epic nests. They're all upgraded to epic, so I need to put down a few more. We're turning all our biters into, well, launch them to space, or we're upcycling them to make sure we have plenty of legendary biters so I can make legendary productivity modules. I only have 3.7 in the chest, so we don't have enough yet, obviously. So we're going to keep making productivity modules till I have enough. So that's happened as well. And I should also mention this guy. This guy has been upgraded to legendary because, well, we have legendary cryogenic plants now. More importantly, legendary ones craft a whole lot faster. One of the catches is he's now going through 3 biter eggs per second, which means I'm flying biter eggs across the map. Now, the good news is none of them hatched so far that have caused any trouble, but I'm definitely flying them across the map, and I probably prefer not to fly them across the map. I'd also prefer it if we requested a few more of those. So one thing I want to do whilst we're here is I want to put in underground pipe from about there to there, and then I want to remove all of that, and all of that, and all of that. With all that removed, I want to also remove that. I would like to get a rare nest, because I can lay my hands on a rare nest very easily, and I'd like to put a rare nest here and a rare nest here. And with my rare nests, wow, that popped up quick. I want to put in request chest, obviously. That goes in there, that goes in there. I'm going to need, well, you out of the way. Can I get some bioflux? Bioflux. 5 is heaps. And you. And I also need to have an active provider there. Can you bring out the mold? Thank you. Because there's always a chance something's going to go moldy, and actually I should set you to be mold 0, so it auto gets trashed. Copy that to there, that to there. So you make 0.8 biters per second, you make another 0.8 biters per second, and if I put them both in there, that gives me 1.6 biters in here per second, but I need 3. So what I'd really like to do is, I would like to, it's going to have to go here. I would like to put another biter nest here and another biter nest here, it seems. Can I get you legendary? Can I just throw another one back here? And then I want a couple of chests here and here. And then a couple of long hand inserters there and there. So then we can keep our biters in the nests where they don't hatch and they're perfectly fine. And then we can just directly put them in here. Oh, well, bioflux showed up. Bye, bioflux. The biter, but the eggs can just show up and just get inserted into here. And if I don't need eggs, they can live in here where they don't cause me troubles. And they also don't spoil, because that would probably be bad. So can I remove that now? And we can just keep feeding this, this way now, rather than having to fly biter eggs across the map. I just have to fly bioflux across the map, which I'm already flying across the map. Also, I should mention that although you've made like 3,800 biter spawners, you have recycled 30,000 of them. It's for a good cause, I promise. Just like scrap recycling number 29 is also for a good cause, as is rocket part productivity number 24. Also very, very good causes. Low density productivity 27 will also be for a good cause. But we've got rid of a biter nest or two. Anyway, that's what I want to show you on Navis. I also need to grab my little friend up here, because we're going to need our little friend. Yep. And then can we come back to Gleba? Can I put my little friend here? Can I change my little friend? You are going to be a new group. You are going to be the Gleba spider group. Yep. Okie dokie. I want trash unrequested turned on. I want to change the color, because that's very, very much not the Gleba color. Can we go with a lot of green? Oh, too much green. Way too much green. Oh, that's a bit closer. Yeah, that's got that good, like slightly off green, and it's on its way to spoiling color. Yeah, perfect. All right. My Gleba spiders. I want to make sure that I should also mention that it's a carbon copy, so it has all the gear ready to go. I want not those type of robots. I want those types of robots, please. I'd like you to have 100 legendary robots, because you can carry and control 100 robots. So can you have 100 robots? Can you also, obviously, as we have friends on this planet, grab 400 rockets? That would probably be helpful. Can you also grab substations? Can I go with 5? 5, probably heaps. Can I go with roboports? There's 245 in the network. Okay, can I go with 3? And actually, should look at how many of those are in 1,500. Okay, we're going to go with 10 then. Okay, so I want you to grab that. I'm going to want you to grab wall, just in case, because we're going to have to extend out the walls. It's the first thing we're going to have to do on Gleba. Also, for the funds of it, can I get you to grab like 50 belts, 2 pairs of undergrounds, and a splitter? Yeah, that's what I want you to carry around. I want trash unrequested on. Oh, it's Gleba. No. One underground, one splitter, please. That's heaps. And it's Gleba. So on Gleba, I want landfill. Yeah, landfill's going to be important. It's 23,000 that way. That's probably enough. All right. So that's going to be important. That's how I want my spider set up. And of course, I want to take my spider and report here. Perfect. I need landfill. Do I not carry landfill? Wow. I also don't have cryogenic plants here. But I have legendary ones. Okay, can I have landfill? Landfill. It's here somewhere. That one. 100, sure. Okay, can I have spiders? Can I have just a few of them? There we go. That's probably enough. Can I remove those guys? Because they're a different color. Okay, and if I go select all, 99, 100. Hey, can you guys just stand there and pick up just, those requests so we can get the ball rolling? Also should mention that I've put in the corners radar or 2, just so I can sort of see where we're going. Can I do that and that? Because the more radars you have, the faster it scans. Because I only do one chunk every single scanning process. So obviously if I have more of them, I can scan out faster. Can I grab a few more of you guys? Because I'm thinking, I've already marked it. I'm thinking I want to bring the wall to here, and the water here and claim all this. Because the base is a little bit rectangular. I prefer a little bit more square. More fortified square. They all exist. Cool. Can I do that then? Because this is really the direction I want to look. Also this direction a little bit. Can I do that as well? They don't exist. Okay, I'm maxed out on radars. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so whilst that's happening, I should also talk about well, actually, I should purple science. We can do something really quickly about purple science because purple, it's doing its best. It's absolutely doing its best here on Vulcanus. It's running flat out. It's making 360 per second, and all the machines are running. The last one's a little bit struggling on stone, just the tiniest amount. But you know, it's doing pretty good. And that was low density structure productivity 27. And now we're going to work on a Gleba science. You're going to see how bad Gleba is. But in theory, we already have this as blueprint, so it should be as easy as Vulcanus. And then we just grab this blueprint and I line that pipe with that pipe because that's the iron pipe. I will need to find this. I get like 7 of you. 7 of you should be heaps. Can I put this here and here? Because the iron pipe's already very, very long in that direction. And copper needs to also do the same. Copper's 185. Maybe we'll get lucky. Can I bring you to here and here? And that should hook into there. And spider bots, can you help, please? I really want all of this, at least having the robot network hooked up. Can I get power in there, please? Yeah, can I put you there? And you're not connected currently. Can I get a robot port? Can I put a robot port? So here. And top part of the power grid does not connect to the bottom part of the power grid. That's a feature. And you're missing rail beacons. Can I get you? You're missing rail beacons and a couple of belts. Okay, can I go to purple science, left-hand side? Can I just copy that? Obviously, the blueprint is shaved a little bit short. Can I pop you here? And that's not going to work for me because you're going the opposite direction. Okay, and I don't need that. All right, so that should... purple science. I want from there through to there, please. And can I put this up a tile? There we go. Oh, please tell me that lined up. It did. Okay, can I... You're not putting me down power poles, are you? No, cool. Can I get a upgrade planner? Can I do normal to legendary? Because the spiders have legendary power poles in. And obviously, this is not built with legendary power poles. Okay, spiders, can you build this, please? Yep. If the power grid's hooked up, the main base robots can come and help. Okay, and I'm gonna need purple science. This part. You need 16,000 iron and 3,000 copper. 3,000 copper I'm pretty confident on. The other one, not so much. Vulcanus. You connected into a grid and then the power went out. And there are now some robots permanently migrated into a grid that is partially powered. Perfect. But it looks like now it's mostly powered. Yes, it's mostly powered now. Okay, they should get that done pretty quick. Alright, back to this. Okay, so I need to get 3,000 more, no, 18,000 more iron or whatever it was, which is like 3 of you guys. So can I copy 3 of you guys? Can I vertically flip you? Can I make sure that, oh, that tile I think? No, actually, can I just do, you go there, and then you go, whoop, you go here. Can I get this face down? Then I grab this and vertically flip it, and I'm gonna put this here. That needs foundation. That'll need foundation. That'll need foundation. Can I put you here? Can I put you down, please? And then into here. Can I put you here? Down, please. And then one of them. I'll need to get lava in here. So can I just get foundations right through there? And then we should be able to bring lava. I'm pretty confident I can make it all the way there in one hit. I don't need that. I will need that join. I also need to get iron into here. Can I go iron from here. Let me just fill this in. Hopefully that lines up. We can make that jump with some underground pipes. So that should be our iron done. I just got to plug in the iron pipe and we should be good. I need to plug... Okay, copper is going to need to also have just a few pumps. Also need to get lava into this one, which is up here. We're at 2,700. Yeah, can I get a underground from here to here? Can I throw that there? And then can I bring this up to here, over to there, and plug that one in there? I need calcite. Calcite is, well, actually, technically, calcite is here and here. Cool. Can I just bring that very quickly into the back of that one? And then also take it into up and left and into this one. We should boot up the stone. I need to bring over the plastic still. Plastic we have here. I've already taken the liberty of putting you in. So you need to go left and you need to go left. And then I need to go up, which means underground that to there. Can I bring this forward? Can I bring this forward? Can I remove that and remove that? Can I take... okay, one of you needs to go in this corner and then up. And then I want to go through... I'm going to turn that off. I want to go through here. Okay, can I bring you up and then left? And I think these line up in the final blueprint. I have obviously the earliest version. And I think in the final blueprint I put in the effort to have all three of those be the same height. Can I bring this to here? I can get plastic to there. So can we go down a little bit and then to the left? And you move over tile, thank you. And then I should be able to bring that in there. So that's plastic number 1. Plastic number 2 is right beside it. So we just go and follow the leader. Okay, that's unfortunate. Easy solved. Okay. And then you're going to need a bolt there. Good. And then take this and left, and we just go straight through everything. And then left again. Straight through everything. Nope, too much. Too much. There we go. And into there. Okay. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm short a few hundred beacons, a few recyclers, a few inserters. You're about to drop past. You have a bunch of those. I'll have all of those, please. And recyclers. I'll have... You've already been in Narvis. Cool. I'll have all of those too. Yeah, that'll ease our load at least. Okay. No, back to Vulcanus. So beacons are going in. Rockets are going in. We're missing a bunch of inserters, which is going to be unfortunate. It's going to take a minute to turn on because the inserters are missing. But apart from that, I do need to... Actually, it's probably better to do it this way. Add bots. Please fill that in. I was a little bit delinquent previously on my concreting efforts. So I'm making up for that now. And we're using refined concrete, obviously, because, you know, you show your true wealth by proving that in your factory, no other factory, but your factory, you are so rich you can turn steel into pavement. Yeah, because that's what's required for refined concrete. So we're definitely going to concrete everything all the way down to here. Also, okay, can I do you have power? You can all have power. Cool. Can I do this section? All the way down to the end of the rockets. Can I also do this section? And then I want to do that. I want to do that. And can I do underneath those buildings? Yeah, very carefully. Underneath this, can I do here? Except, oh, I want to remove that bit sticking up. And I also want to use this decon planner to remove any foundation. So I like the natural edge to lava. I don't want to just paste over the lava. Lava's important. Okay, now you need iron, which needs to go to here. And then you're 1 tile short, but if I move you forward 1 tile, you can reach to there, which can reach to there, which can reach to there. Cool. That puts iron into the iron pipe, which is pumping through. We have steel, we have copper, we have plastic, we have green circuits. We don't have, you don't have something. You guys step out of the way. You don't have you green circuits. Because the inserters that are not built is causing that not to output. Cool, that's fine. And before we're done, I want to also grab this and turn that on. And I cannot have any foliage or miscellaneous rocks inside the factory. They're a tripping hazard. So we're just going to remove everything, including, yeah, that is a worm, or what's left of it. Can I remove all of that? Can I remove everything here? And then I really wish there was a decon planner for cliffs, trees, and rocks. But no. Can I remove this as well? And all of that. And I just realized the Gleba spiders should probably have repair packs. So yeah, I'm thinking about Gleba. We're not putting it off. We're getting to Gleba right now-ish. Okay, that should solve that problem. Okay, Gleba, spiders, can you have repair packs, please? And because they're all set up in the same request group, if I just add 50 repair packs to you, everybody else will also get 50 repair packs. Cool. Whilst we wait for the repair packs, I also need to talk about the ships. So we have the Enders here. Now, the Enders here, I had to turn around. I had to use the biter egg evacuation method because it took an awful long time for the limo to pick up a whole lot of portable fusion reactors, because they required the fusion power cells. And it turns out that, well, making 100 reactors, each of them costing 10 cells, burnt through 1,000 cells, which was more than Narvis had on it. So I had to turn the Enders here around. I had to send it home, not because it was in risk of getting damaged, but just purely because, well, I needed to reset so I could go and pick up some cells. Picking up some cells, we have the limo. The limo is our personal ship. It's the one that does all the last minute running around for different things. But although the limo's been very good to us, it was one of the first ships made. It's had some upgrades since, just quality upgrades. It hasn't actually had a redesign at all, which means it's limited guns. Which means it can't actually go out and visit places like Aquilo, which is problematic if you need to go pick up power cells. So this is going to be the last trip for our little limo. We're going to not turn that on. No, we're going to turn that on. And we're going to do this, which is just going to pack up the whole hull. And I don't think uranium ammo is in this trash list. It is not. It is now. And we're just going to pack up the ship and use the auto trash group. And that should solve that problem. Because I made a little faster ship. I made a hot rod. It's a personal hot rod. You know, nothing too outrageous. It just flies along at like 500 kilometers per second, and also has rockets at the front, which means this is more than capable of going out and visiting Aquilo, which means I can fly this out rather than having to wait for the Sol Express to do a full loop and pick me up and take me out there. So, yeah, we've got a new personal ship. Just a little FYI, yeah, for when I need to get around a hurry. It's currently parked at Gleba, waiting for the passenger to be present. Also got rid of a whole lot of legendary robots because the spiders needed a few more. All right, so with that done, the Enders here has only 2,800 bite rates. Okay, so we need to wait for a few more bite rates. Also need to turn off this safety measure. V is the vehicle speed. So if I say less than -1, which will never be true, we can't export the eggs off the ship, which is exactly what I want. You guys are set to pick up 10 at a time, spoiled first, which means we should have an even amount here. I have 24 rocks there, I have 8 there. Ooh, if I take those out, and we crafted something. Nice. All right, so I just need a few more biter eggs to arrive. In the meantime, we also made the Common Man. The Common Man being the perfectly normal, nothing special, ship made from common materials only. A very, very pretty ship, very, very unique ship in the fact that we're going to send this out to the Shattered Planet. Now, this is a very good example of ship design, a very, very good example. Like, there's not a lot of wasted tiles. Everything's been filled in with something, and also there's lots of contingencies taken into thought. So over here we have rockets buffers. You might have seen, well, of course you have seen on the enders here, I have some buffers for promethium rocks, but in the case of the common man, well, it has buffers for rockets and railguns. Also has other buffers. We're gonna get to those shortly. But this is this is 3 layers deep. So we have the surface layer we can see, plus we have undergrounds left to right, that's 2 layers, and then undergrounds up and down, which is 3 layers. This one has 4 layers, so we have well, the ups and downs, 1, the lefty rights, 2, we have the blue upsy downs, 3, and then of course we have the surface layer, 4. So this stores a lot of rockets. This stores a lot of railguns. Also, it has a bypass route, so it instantly takes new ammo and sends it out. Same applies to the rockets, left and right. They instantly take new rockets and send them off to the front. Whereas anything extra can buffer. Speaking of buffers and things, there's another one down here for carbon asteroids, because this ship goes through a lot of carbon, an awful lot of carbon, because it's making an awful lot of coal to make an awful lot of explosives. Now, being that this is common items only, so there's nothing in here that's like uncommon, rare, anything else, definitely not legendary, not even the modules, it does mean that this ship is very large. Very, very large. But it's to prove the point that you can finish the game and fly to the Shattered Planet with nothing but normal quality items. So this is definitely the plan. We're going to launch this off to the edge of the Shattered... Well, we're going to launch it to the Shattered Planet. And I want it to park there. I don't want it to arrive and have to run and turn around and run away. I want it to park there. So, as I was saying, we have an awful lot of explosives, because an awful lot of explosives need to get turned into an awful lot of rockets. Got to remember, a rocket is, well, 2 iron plate and 1 explosive, which is not that hard to make. Like, late game, it's really not that hard to make. But then, of course, every explosive rocket needs another 2 explosives added to it, which means we need an awful lot of sulfur to make an awful lot of coal, to make an awful lot of explosives. Yeah. We have smelting over here. Actually, no, we have, where is it? It's down further. We have, well, melting over here, I guess. We have iron, 5 of, to make all the molten iron we need. Plus we have 1 copper. 1 copper is all this ship needs to make all the wire for all the railguns. Also, there's a couple of other things that we use the wire for. Yeah, there's a little bit of wire over here. Also, I should importantly add that it makes its own gears and also green circuits, which are ferried over here to make its own repair packs, which travel under the iron buffer, under the ice buffer, and all the way up the side of the ship, looped around, and then all the way back up the side of the ship, and appear in the hub, so it can have its own repair packs. It makes its own repair packs. It's fine to just go off to battle, and it will self-repair, providing it doesn't take too much damage too quickly. Also has a kick-out for rockets and rails. Should you, accidentally rip up a belt or something and you need to kick them back out of the hub. Or in my case, because I wanted to show you this with all the belts populated, I launched an awful lot of explosive rockets and railguns up to the ship to make sure it's ready, to make sure the belts are backed up, so it's easy to explain what it sort of looks like. In saying that, rockets, explosives have a capacity of 25, and rails have a capacity of 10. What's in the hub is not what was launched. Basically, every single piece of armament on the ship was launched up from Narvis, because I wanted to populate it quickly. There is a alternative blueprint that you can request in these parts for and attach to the front of the ship that puts down, well, rips up every single railgun and puts down a whole lot of grabby boys. So you can send the ship around the system, well, around the inner system 4, 5, 10 times to pick up enough resources that you can actually fill up all the buffers that way. But I didn't have the time for that, so we went with a more brute force approach of we'll launch everything up. At the back of the ship, we have, well, obviously ice and calcite production. Also should mention that, is it you? Yes, it's you. You and you are both generic. You can either do the normalized recipe or the calcite recipe, depending on the status of the calcite itself. Also, we have an awful lot of water generation, because we need that not just for fuel, but also for all the explosives and all the coal synthesis. There's an awful lot of water being chewed by this ship. Fine. Let's go on the Shattered Planet. It's nothing but ice asteroids out there. Of course, we have fuel and more fuel to actually run the thrusters, which are all the way here at the back. We have the power plant, which is definitely of skilter sideways. It looks a little bit weird, but it's designed to fill in every bit of space. Every single tile is important. Even when your ship weighs in at 8,700 tons, every tile is still important. Along the side, we have our great throw it overboard belts. These are here designed to, anytime it backs up on something, like if we have enough sulfur, you produce a lot of extra carbon that needs to go somewhere, it's going to head down here. Lastly, we have in this corner, we have a whole bunch of re-rollers. So as I mentioned, we have an ice buffer, an iron buffer, and once they're full, any extra asteroids pop through, and this belt, and they go into independent re-rollers. So they're going to obviously detect what the asteroid is. It's an iron asteroid, so we're going to re-roll iron, and then the output gets sent all the way back, check to see whether it can go in here. If it can't, it passes through. It checks to see whether it can go into ice. If it can't, well, then it goes back down and goes back through the process. Also, there's a belt somewhere that takes carbon all the way back to the top. I have no idea where that is. It's buried in the ship somewhere. Lastly, I should mention all the grabbers. All the grabbers have actually 2 sets of filters. So where the ship is checking what's in the contents of each of the grabbers, so it can store like 10 rocks of each different type. And then there's a separate filter on the export inserters that actually exports the items the ships need. So once the buffers are full and overflowing, you'll see that there's less icons here because, once we're full of, say, iron, well, we're just going to output the carbon and the ice, and then we can, maybe output some iron to go through re-rollers to then go back in, depending on how short the system is of those different types of asteroids. Also, there's a little bit of belt going on. There's a lot of materials that need to move through a lot of part of the ship, so some of the belting gets a little bit complicated, but last thing I should mention is back here we have the brains of the ship. So the brains of the ship do a couple of checks. One, they check how many rockets are in stock, and also how many rails are in stock. And then if we get too low, it actually lowers the speed of the engine. So it actually slows the ship down so it conserves ammo, so it has a chance to rebuild the stockpiles before it accelerates the ship back up. But the first thing I need to do is I need to check, do you have 5,000 eggs? You do. Let's hit the gas, because they're about to expire in 1 minute. Well, that's unfortunate. Why do we launch spoiled eggs up to the ship? That's just nasty. Okay, they're done in 1 minute. Meanwhile, the common man, I want to send you off to the shadow planet as well. You're going to stop there when you take 1,000 damage, which shouldn't happen. And you actually need to be, I want to say flush, but it's not the right term. You need to be primed. That's the word. You need to be primed. So we need to prime the engines. Once the engines are primed, the smarts can take over from there. And as you can see, we're going to fly along with probably the efficiency around about that 50% mark, because the ship is designed to be very heavy, obviously, and also very efficient. So it wants to get out there whilst not drawing too much off the tanks in the way of fluids, because, well, it's somewhat limited. It's somewhat limited in our fluid generation. This is only doing 3,000. 3,000 is enough to do 20 engines, and we have 14 here. So it actually produces a little bit extra, so we can fill the tank back up. But it also pumps fuel back out from the pipe when we want to slow down the ship. So rather than just waiting for the engines to burn out the fuel, it'll actually backfill the fuel and make the ship slow down even faster. It's like having a handbrake. So we're going to send this ship off. It's a little bit dangerous. The railguns are pretty much set up to shoot just about anything that moves, because the ship is very, very, very well defended. And hopefully our 1,000 rounds and 5,000 rockets plus our buffers will get us there without any hassles. I should also mention that it has just a tiny bit of fusion cells in the ship. All this belt is fully stacked all the way down and all the way down to here. Yeah, there's an awful lot of fusion cells in this one. I don't want to lose this ship. Yeah. All right. So with you off and running, the Enders here is also off and running. Yeah, those spiders didn't make it. That's fine. The rest of them should. We've got about 10 minutes on the worst one, 18 on the good ones. I do admit that my Navis doesn't launch spider eggs particularly fast and on demand. You got about 5 minutes. You've got about 4 minutes. And we're about to get to Quillo. And then from there, we shall head on to the solar system edge. Should also mention that, well, we have both sets of engines here. The ones on the right are actually hooked into a bit of smarts that say, if we're not going to or from or have anything to do with the shattered planet, or we turn those the right-hand engines off to slow the ship down, we do about 300-ish, roughly. So with that out of the way, whilst these ships get moving, can we go back to Gleba? And so this is all land that I can plant on. This is land I can plant on, and all of this is land I can plant on. So what I want to do is, I want to grab you. Can I bring you as far forward as I can? Okay, can I put you there? Can I put you there? Okay, can I put you there? Okay. If I can do that, can I copy that? Can I just copy 2 of you? Can I put you there? Can I copy 3 of you? Can I put you there? Can I copy the whole lot, please? Can I snap to grid relative and no walls? And width, I want to take 2 off that, so 36. And height, we're going to go with 18, although I don't think I'm going to use it height-wise. And can I just take this, and can I slide this through here? That'll at least get power through the wall. That's step 1. Or maybe I'm going to use it upsy-downsy. I'm going to use it upsy-downsy. Okay, can I drag that to there as well? That should get power through the wall everywhere. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to go blueprint. I've already prepped in advance. Can I get the spiders to come down here? Oh, actually. No. Take a ride. Cool. Now I shall take my Legion with me, and I want to get this blueprint. This blueprint is basically the power grid that I've had previously, just supersized, because I want to take this from here down to my marker for my wall, out to my marker for my wall, up, back to my marker for my wall. I'm going to go up by half a tile. Yep. And out to half a tile. Okay. Spiders. Walk around the water, you idiots. Okay. Good now? Okay. I want to come to here, and then I'd really like to walk through the wall. But I'm going to have a problem, I bet. And that is, yeah, the wall's just a little bit thick for spiders and stompers. There's a reason why the walls are terribly thick. Can I copy you guys? Can you go here, then here, and then here? And then can you... Nope. Undo. Well, I guess that works too. Okay, can I grab the spider army? Can I get them to go to here, and then to here, and then to here? Right, radars are scanning. They haven't really told me anything new yet. I need more of them, I think. Can I get this blueprint? Oh, it's boom bushes. Okay, can I get this blueprint? And can I drag this way? Yep, through to here. And can I see, yeah, power grid's definitely hooked up. Can I get this one? And do that one, which will rip down part of the wall, but that's fine. I want part of the wall ripped down. I want to be able to walk through it. And yeah, spiders are... Nope, come back. Come back. I need these connections made. Can I do down here? Can we do this legendary? Can I do this in ground? Okay, they exist. Cool. Alright, and then keep walking. Keep walking. Okay, can I grab the next row, and can we go this way? And the next row I should just hold and just slide the mouse. Yep, and then next row, and next row. Yep, and I think I want to go a little bit further. Can you guys keep walking, please? Can I copy that? And can I put that? Where's my marker here? Okay. That looks pretty solid. Can I put that there? Is that inside the robot network? You have, yes, you have access to all the bots. Okay. Can I... Alright, can we walk north first? Meanwhile, can I grab this? Base bot's gonna have to do this, which is not gonna be fun. Can I do that part? I think I... This is purple land. I need purple land. I also need green land. I have green here. There's a lot of green here. There's some purple here. Maybe that's what I want. I want to go further left rather than further south. Maybe I want both of them. That's probably a better idea. Can I grab this? And can I go out to here? Or one more? One more. We can do one more. Yeah, we can do one more. Can I bring this up till we get to the corner, which is here? Drag that out. Yeah. I think that'll be our territory. Yes, the power grid's connected. I don't know if that's alive still. Do stuff here. You have no substations. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, can I go south? Oh no, that's alive. Oh, we should probably send them. That's also alive. Yeah, we should probably come down here. Alright, so whilst we wait for that, Common Man is left Aquila on his way to the solar system edge. The end is here is... What the hell are you doing? I've had this problem before and I don't know why. Inactive. It just turns around. You know, that's fine. He definitely hadn't been flying for 4,000 seconds, that's for sure. Alright, so there's a few corpses around the outside, which is definitely a good sign that everything's working perfectly. 32 entities to be damaged. Oh. Oh. Okay. Shortest battle ever. Can I bring you guys down to here? And can I grab this? And can we go here to here is sort of what we decided. Yeah. And grab that block of radars. Grab a new block of radars. Yeah. Okay, am I standing inside a network? I am standing inside a network. Okay, so as long as I'm inside a network, in theory, we can build things out. Yeah, I think this is going to be our new wall. I think this is going to be our new... Oh, no, actually, I went all the way... No, I went all the way here. Yep. There's more purple here, but I don't think I need much more. Oh. Oh, never mind, he's dead. Oh. There's one moving. Okay, not an issue anymore. Okay, can I go from there to there? Meanwhile, so we can check on you. You are still flying. We found any red rocks yet? Oh, there's some red rocks. Cool. So that should start bringing in a little bit of promethium. A little bit of promethium has an express belt that can pass all the way through. And actually, it's already coming down here. So you should start processing biter eggs. It's still, well, it's 2 minutes and 7 seconds. The question is, does it count up or down? Because if I can get rocks in fast enough, we actually get rid of the old biter eggs fast enough that they start counting up. Okay, that bar went up. And 1 minute 51. I think I'm still losing time. But we've only just entered the edge. So the further we get in, the faster we get in. Oh, that's 2 minutes 8. No, it's definitely counting up. So if it's counting up, I don't think I have any risk of these spoiling, because the further we get in, the more red rocks we're going to find. The more common they're going to be. And on Gleba. Okay. Things are being delivered to the spiders. Yeah, I think I'm just going to just claim all this area as mine. I'll put in a wall, and I think in the next episode, we can possibly, maybe, actually do something about Gleba. Also maybe need to put in a laser or 3. Yeah, just temporarily. Yeah. I'm glad I brought friends and rockets. That should solve a lot of these problems, at least temporarily. Anyway, I need to leave this video here, otherwise we're going to run out of time. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I will see you in the next episode where, well, hopefully we get to design something pretty cool. And meanwhile, we can keep an eye on the common man in the background and see exactly how far he gets. But with all that said and done, I'm going to go destroy a pentapod or 2, and also decide which parts of the map, all the map, is mine. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh god, they don't last long. Okay, anyway, with all that said and done, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and hopefully your like hasn't turned it into spoilage in the meantime. Thanks for watching. See you next one.